Hi guys. Tonight we did homework and we came across some struggles tonight because Michiah had to watch a YouTube video that was like an animation cartoon to do her history homework. And so it was about 20 minutes long and it was animation, so it was in a cartoon. And she had a worksheet that she had to answer 9 questions about the video. And so she started to do it on her own, but she got frustrated. Why did you get frustrated?
Because I didn't understand the questions it was asking me.
But did you watch the whole video at first?
No.
So she tried to do some shortcuts and tried to watch the video at the same time of answering the questions. And another issue you had with the video was what?
Was understanding the subtitles because it would keep cutting out things.
So the movie had subtitles.
Because some of it was French.
Yeah, it was, some was English and some was French. And so they did subtitles for the whole entire movie. And but I know at first I thought she was just like not paying attention to maybe the subtitles. I just told her to read it, but then she was still getting frustrated. And so I had her put in her headphones inside the laptop so she can listen to it and read it at the same time. But we find out quickly it was an issue because the subtitles
wasn't the thing that they were saying.
So the subtitles was not the same thing what it was saying. So like the subtitles was picking up the words incorrectly. So like an example, it was saying hogs like the animal, but in the subtitles it was reading halls, HALLS. So at that point, that's when I realized, okay, she is hearing something that she's reading differently. So that could be frustrating for someone that has auditory processing disorder because theoretically that is what they go through on everything that they hear and see on TV regardless. So to watch a movie, a little cartoon skit that is misinterpreting the words and she's so focused on reading it and hearing the different things, it was becoming very frustrating. Like really frustrating. I was getting frustrated. She was getting frustrated. So we watched it together and we did the headphones, so earbuds. So I listened in one ear and she listened in the other ear and we watched it together. Michiah's interest in the movie was very not interested in the movie at all. But it was only 20 minutes and we had to answer the questions. Now, once we watched the movie, she remembered and able to answer the questions, but she did have to have help with me reinterpreting the questions that was being asked. So things that they was asking for, like what character said this, and she was looking for direct quotes. So I noticed that a lot of things that Michiah remembers when she reads or watches a movie, she doesn't summarize into her own words. She tells you exactly, literally, what was said or what she saw. So to able to recap a quote from the movie and to answer the question of something that was a big struggle on that. So you have issues with summarizing.
Yes.
Why do you think you have issues with summarizing?
Because I can't comprehend what, like, I don't comprehend how to
Like you don't know what to say, like you don't know what's your own words.
I don't know what to say, so I just repeat what movie had said.
But you do realize that's not called summarizing.
Yes.
Like, what do you think we can do to help you know how to summarize? You don't know? We have not figured that out. if you have any suggestions, please let us know because we do struggle with that in writing too. It's hard for her to summarize in writing. Or when even when you're like when she's telling me her day in school, she tells me exactly how her day is in school. Like from the start to finish. She tells me exactly what she did. So it's interesting how she has such a photographic memory and able to remember everything, what someone says or what someone does, but she's unable to summarize. So that's interesting to me to figure out how her brain works in that aspect because I can read something and don't remember it verbatim, but I understand a concept and can throw in different words to put it into my own perspective. But that's a challenge for Michiah. Tonight was not a lot of homework, but the motivation was a challenge tonight because Michiah did not feel like doing a lot of homework, like not even a little bit. Why was that?
Because I was tired and I wouldn't go to sleep.
But you didn't have a long day today. You didn't have a today. Was it a lot of talking in school today?
Yes.
So I do notice that days that there's a lot of instruction or a lot of talking, Michiah's more tired. When there's a lot of noise throughout the day, she comes home more tired. But she goes to bed at the same time. She gets the same amount of sleep, and she even had a break and slept on the way home from school. But when it's a lot of talking throughout the day, it makes a long night for her to get anything done outside of that. But she did very good in math. She was able to redo her questions and stuff, and she got it very easily after a lot of encouragement. And so I just wanted to follow up with everyone and let people know how just watching a movie with subtitles that can catch things differently can be frustrating. And also, sometimes I get frustrated helping her do her homework because I want her to have that independence and do it by herself. But she gets, angry. So something that is a 20-minute movie with just 8 questions can take, over an hour. And then I have to go back into, so sometimes even I have to take a break. Like I'm like, I can't. I have to, regain my patience and able to do homework with her because I'm so frustrated. Like, why can't you do this, yourself? Or sometimes I see her lack of interest, and that kind of makes me upset because she doesn't seem like she's interested to even want to know the answer, let alone even do it. Why do you think that is? Like, why do you think you're so not interested in homework on no level? You're just not a fan of homework. No. So I call it have an attitude towards homework, but she doesn't call that home attitude. You don't call that attitude? She said no. That she don't call that attitude. She calls it as I just don't want to. And I'm going to just assume it's because of the long day of talking and being around a lot of noise and being sensory overload that she at this point likes to just at like right now what's the only thing you want to do right now?
Go to sleep.
What do you want to like just be in your room and be on your headphones and just isolate all the other noise, right?
Yes.
So that's what she prefers to do. So these are our nights that we don't get the cheerful, bubbly Michiah. We get the very serious, want to talk, don't want to participate. Michiah, she will go in her room and wants to just be by herself and just have her headphones on and just not hear anything else. So that's it for tonight. If you have any questions or suggestions, please comment below. Thanks for watching. Good night.